Hi class, so today we will discuss some questions from the mid-year examination 2018. Okay, so now let's start with the question 1a. Calculate square root of 10.99 minus 2 over 4.1 squared plus 3 over 5. Write down all the digits shown on your calculator display. So for this question, it consists of only 1 mark. So this means that we no need to write out the working steps. We can directly use our calculator to count the question and also write the answer directly. Now I will show you how to solve this equation using the calculator. You can use your own calculator. Okay, first we put the fraction and then square root 10.99 minus 2 over 4.1 square, 4.1 square plus 3 over 5. So this is the answer we gain using calculator. Since the question needs us write down all the digits, so we just copy the answer that we gain from the calculator, which is 0.07553801785. For this, you can get 1 mark. Okay, so for question B, give your answer to part A correct to 2 significant figures. For this question, we'll look at the value we gain from part A. We can see that there is 2 zeros in front the first non-zero digit. We can just ignore it. And then we see that the first 2 significant figures is 7 and also 5. Then we look at the next digit. The next digit is 5. This means that we need to round up the 0.075 to 0.076. The answer is 0.076. And now I will show you another extra example that no need to round up. So let's say the value given is 0.086321. And we need you to correct to 3 significant figures. Okay. So same as the last question, we just ignore this 0. And then the first 3 significant figures is 863. And then we look at the next digit. The next digit is 2, which is less than 5. So we no need to round up the 3. So the final answer is 0.0863. So let's make a quick summary for these significant figures. So if the next digit is less than 5, we no need to do round up. If the next digit is greater or equals to 5, we need to round up. Okay? So you can remember this. So every time you can solve the question with significant figures easily. For question 2, a printer can print 500 books in an hour. Each book contains 30 pages. Assuming that the printer prints at the same constant rate, calculate the time needed to print 300 books containing 18 pages. And then give your answer in minutes and also seconds. So for this question, first we need to understand what the question needs. From the question, we know that a printer can print 500 books that each contain 30 pages in 1 hour. And then now the question needs us find the time needed to print 300 books that each contain 18 pages. Okay, now we already understand what the question needs us to do. Next, I will teach you step to step to get the time needed to print the 300 books. Okay, so first, we need to count the total pages that the printer needed to print the 500 books in an hour. So to find the total pages that the printer needs to print in an hour, we use 500 books times 30 pages. So for this, we can get that the answer is 15,000 pages. Then we need to find the time needed for this printer to print one page. So to get this answer, we need to use the time needed divided by the total pages. So the time needed to print 500 books is 1 hour. 1 hour is also same as 60 minutes, right? So the time needed, the time used is also 60 minutes. In that 60 minutes, divide the total pages, which is 15,000. So we get that every time the printer need to print one pages, it takes 60 over 15,000 minutes. Then we count the total pages that the printer needed to print these 300 books. We use 300 books times 18 pages. Then we will get the total pages is 5,400 pages. After we get these total pages to print 300 books and the time needed to print one page, we can calculate the time needed to print 300 books using the 300 books using 5,400 pages times 60 over 15,000 minutes. So the answer we get is 21.6 minutes. So we cannot just leave the answer like this. This is because this answer is only in terms of minutes. While the question needs us give the answer in terms of minutes and also second. There is no second in our answer at here. So we need to convert the 0.6 to second. So to convert the minute to second, we know that 1 minute equals to 60 seconds. So to convert minute to second, we need to multiply 60. Okay, so we write down 21 minutes. And we need to convert minute to second. We use 0.6 times 60. Then we can convert it to second. And the final answer we get is 21 minutes and also 36 seconds. This is the final answer. You can rewrite the answer at the answer space. Then for question 3, the temperature in degrees Celsius at noon on the 3 successive days was -4, 9, and 8. given that the temperature has been increasing for the past 3 days, find an expression in terms of K. Okay, so from the question, we know that the temperature on the first day is -4 degrees Celsius. For the second day, temperature is 9 degrees Celsius. For third day, the temperature is K degrees Celsius. And then let's look at the part A. It needs us to find the difference in temperature between the first and third day. So to find the difference, we need to use the temperature on third day minus the temperature on first day. So from the question given, we know that the temperature on third day is K. We write down K minus the temperature on first day is -4. Then we write down -4. Okay. So for this negative value, I recommend every time you make this negative value, you put bracket on the side so that you can avoid the errors that may happen. So before jump to the next step, I will introduce a concept of max to you guys first. So every time when minus times minus, you will get plus. When plus times plus, you will gain plus. When plus times minus, you will get minus. When minus times plus, you will gain minus. So this concept of max is quite important for your further mathematics calculation. So better to memorize it. Let's go back to the question. The question is 4 minus 9 minus 4. So for this question, minus times minus. So we use this. We get plus. So get K plus 4. Okay. Highlighted this part so you can see it more clearly. Okay. And also don't forget to include the unit also, which is degrees Celsius. And then you can write down this K plus 4 at the answer space. K plus 4. So for this, you can get 1 mark. For question B, it needs us to calculate the mean temperature for the 3 days. So to find the mean, we need to use the sum of all number divided by the total of how many number. Okay. So from the question given, the numbers are -4, 9, and also K. So we sum all the number. -4 plus K, plus 9 plus K. And then there is 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. So we divide by 3. So -4 plus 9 equals to 5 plus K over 3. And also don't forget to include the units, degrees Celsius. So this is the final answer. And then we will write it in the answer space, 5 plus K over 3. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.